Yep, there it is. Shows the congressman. Why do you look? You look kind of like he had a cool pose when he did that shit. He said, you on some fucking All Might shit. Like you're next. Like holy shit. Like that. That could be a fucking. That could be a fucking image he has for his. If he doesn't have one for Twitter, that's an image right there. That's aura right there. Congressman versus congressman.
All right. I chose Dennis for the final debate because he's running for the United States Congress. So let's see if he's prepared.
All right. Now,
Type shit.
my surrounded claim is that Democrats hate America. Prove me wrong.
Prove you wrong.
Yeah.
What? You could have chosen anything you want to expand on from the last debates. You could have chosen, something that's like recently happening. You could have chosen literally anything. Why do you guys hate America? That's the claim you want to debate for 10 minutes. What is that supposed to? I'm wondering what this is about.
That's a very subjective opinion.
No, it's very objective.
What is the point that you're trying to make?
It's
Why do you think
unbelievably. I mean, we're in
Democrats hate
California right now. We're in Los Angeles. This is a state that's been run for over 60 years by a Democrat supermajority. We've had Democrat governors for a plurality of almost 60 years as well. The last 12, it was.
If a congressman that part of my state or whatever said, "I want to debate on something. You'll let me choose," and he could have literally picked anything that he had extensive knowledge on and have all the numbers correct and everything. He says, "Let's choose something subjective and say, why do y'all hate America?" If that was my congressman, I would want to fire him effective yesterday.
Jerry Brown Jr., and now we have Gavin Newsom for 2 terms. And the state, not only are we running a historic deficit, but we just spent, as somebody mentioned here earlier, $25 billion in 5 years to solve the homelessness crisis. And that money just evaporated. It went all to NGOs, Gavin Newsom's cronies, and there's no accountability. There's no interest in there being any sort of accountability. So much so that LA County itself has spent over $1 billion to fix homelessness.
But LA County approved a $1.2 million bond in 2016 to pay for homelessness programs. A 2022 audit found that half of those funds have actually been spent. Wait, it took 6 years for it to only be half? Why the fuck did it take that long?
Our current comptroller, Kevin Mejia.
I can understand maybe 3 years max, but 6 years, 1.2 billion bond? Like genuinely what has been spent? Or what of that money has been spent and why haven't the other half? I'm sure the fact checker might say it, but still.
Tried to do an audit, and the mayor, Karen Bass, communist, Karen Bass, yes, she's a communist.
Okay, wait. Here we go. They told The Atlantic in 2020 that she went to Cuba multiple times as a member of the Vencermas Brigade, a U.S.-based group of communist sympathizers. The group says on its website that it was formed with the aid of the Communist Party, among others. So wait, she spent... Is the next... If it says another piece of this fact check, is it then going to say that some of that money went to her going to Cuba multiple times for communist sympathizers?
Just look it up.
Okay, so
trained by Fidel Castro.
What is this whole argument about Democrats?
The whole thing is that it's about centralized power.
They told The Atlantic that she had seen Castro speak several times but never met the dictator. In 1983, LA Times article characterized Bass as the leader of the brigade.
They're all communists, they're all Marxists. You're part of this. You're part of this infrastructure. Let me finish my point. Let me finish.
Upon learning of his death in 2016, Bass released a statement from her congressional office saying the passing of Comandante Jeff, I forgot to say that word, is a great loss to the people of Cuba. She later expressed regret for the statement when she was being vetted as Joe Biden's running mate in 2020.
Yes, that's exactly what I just stated.
So Joe Manchin is a communist?
Let me just finish my point.
John Fetterman is a Marxist?
Let me finish my point. Well, he's associating himself with that, yes.
Wait, so what did the half the spending shit have to do with that whole part? I'm confused. Unless, like I said, unless half of that money was supposedly spent on her going, over to like Cuba and all that shit. Like, unless that's what it's for, like, I don't know what. That's the only thing I can think of. Because other than that, I don't know why that factoid was with the whole only spending half on the homelessness for 1.2 billion.
So
Your party's being eaten from within by the Democrat Socialists of America. That's how you get Zohran Mamdani out of New York. That's part of their goal. They're saying it literally.
That you just described a party that has diversity of thought. That's kind of how.
That's not diversity of thought. Absolutely not.
That's what happens.
It is
when you're not.
absolutely
That's
not.
what happens when you're not in a brainless cult like Maga, right?
I'm just going to tell you this.
So you've got, for example,
unbelievable levels
a
of
party
gaslighting.
in the
You brought up
Democratic Party is one that has folks like Joe Manchin and Zohran Mamdani. It's people with
That's
a
absolutely
wide
not.
array of a political
You're
spectrum.
being extremely
once again,
disingenuous right now.
I just want to
You're
know
being
from
extreme-
you, what is it that you're trying to say about Democrats that hate America? You're saying that half of America hates this country.
Let me finish. Let me do my point. Okay, you brought up Joe Manchin and you brought up John Fetterman. Two people that every time, John Fetterman specifically, he actually is a middle of the road guy. Let me finish my point. Okay, every time he sides with common sense policy that is coming from the Republic. Let me finish my point, dude. Every time he sides with common sense policy, let me finish my point, bro. You're gonna let me. You're gonna just keep. I'm not flustered.
I can see it over you. Your eyes.
I'm not. Oh, now he's trying to play back what I did a minute ago.
Remember that one?
Yes, I do remember that one.
Look how the tables have turned.
Oh my God, dude, you're being so petty. Just let me finish my point, okay?
He is being petty. Weren't you being petty when you first came up, though? Back in the first fucking video I did, weren't you the fucking person to be petty as shit? What are we talking about?
Okay. You brought up Joe Manchin and John Fetterman. Okay, every time they side with common sense policy from Republicans, what happens? They get eaten alive by their own side. You watch Hassan Piker, you watch anybody on the left, they will eat them alive for siding with common sense. Things that people in Pennsylvania and their states want. Not the Democrat orthodoxy, okay? Your party hates America. You look at Ilhan Omar. Ilhan Omar got into Congress. Look this up, folks, with a negative net worth of $45,000. She's worth over $60 million. Explain that to me right now.
Of the fact that there are people with a wide array of thought. And by the way, I just want to make sure
it is not.
I am not in the Joe
Manchin,
John Fetterman era.
You're gaslighting.
That's not where I stand personally. I am a Barack Obama-style Democrat. But ultimately, of course, right? I think he was a really good president. But at the end of the day,
you support the one president. Wait, no. I want to take that back. No, hold on one second. Hold on one second.
Democrats hate America.
You think Barack Obama was the greatest president when he unilaterally called them?
I thought Obama was a pretty good president. So you're saying he's like the top one president? No, I'm saying he was just a good president. For what he had to go through and all that shit, whatever. He's a good president. Oh, so you think he was just the best ever? Like, bro, I'm not saying I like pancakes and I hate waffles. I just like fucking pancakes, motherfucker. Goddamn.
Most amount of drone strikes abroad and killed the most innocent civilians in the history of the United States presidency.
I don't agree with that.
But you don't agree with that?
I don't agree with that, and that's exactly what I just said. Is that people?
But you just said he was the greatest president.
Excuse me.
No. Diversity of thought is killing innocent civilians.
I hate to break it.
How is that diversity of thought?
I hate to break it to you. But Donald Trump also had an increase of drone strikes more than what was happening under Barack Obama.
Oh, here we go. According to a Rutgers study, Obama authorized more than 500 drone operations over his 2 terms in office. In terms of increase, this was multiple times higher than under the George W. Bush administration, since the technology wasn't prevalent during his term.
So you might want to go check your numbers, because if that's the marking of whether or not someone is a good president, your guy literally went and had more drone strikes.
Guess what?
The Bureau of Investigation Journalists listed 2,243 drone strikes in Trump's first 2 years in office, The Bureau counted 1,878 in Obama's 8 years in office. Do Republicans. Do Democrats hate America? Or do Republicans? By his metric, by the way. His metric. He's the one who made the claim and all that shit. By your metric.
I bet you're still going to go to Mar-a-Lago and beg for his support, aren't you?
I didn't just sit here and say that Barack Obama is the greatest president in history.
But Donald Trump had more drone
knowing that he killed more.
Wait, in 2017, President Donald Trump allowed military drone strikes without his authorization, making the total number difficult to discern. This areas of operation authorization allowed military strikes in Yemen, Somalia, Pakistan, and Libya under an expanded list of Afghanistan, Iraq, and Syria set under Obama. So wait a minute. So Trump said. So Obama had nearly 2,000, while Trump had over 2,000. But with that number, Trump said, "Hey, guys, you don't need me. Just go blow them up." What the fuck? Why would you do that? Like, that's literally like if I went to that'd be like if I went to my grandmother and she said, "Hey, you know what? You don't need to ask me if you could do it. Just make sure you get permission from somebody else." And I just go to my mom and I go, "Hey, can I eat the cookie from the cookie jar?" And she goes, "No." And then I go to my dad, "Hey, can I eat the cookie from the cookie jar?" He says, "Yes." That was just okay to him. That was just okay for fucking Trump to do. What did we do?
More civilians.
But Donald Trump had more drone strikes, but you still think he's a good president, right?
I didn't say that I approve of drone strikes. I'm calling
So it's almost like if you disagree with something, you can still support the politician overall. That's kind of how that works.
I'm literally calling out drone strikes. Do you understand how your cognitive dissonance is working?
You're trying to say that because I support Barack Obama and I disagree with drone strikes, that all of a sudden that's some type of failure in my reasoning, while you literally support Donald Trump, who had more drone strikes, and you still support him. You literally came dressed like him today. You're wearing the pin, you're wearing the tie, you're wearing everything. You came just like him.
Hold on 1 second. Wait. I just want to make a point here. He has a problem with somebody wearing the American flag. Pure Democrat. You hate America. You just
No, you fucking didn't. No, you fucking didn't. You did not just say, like, "Oh, he hates that I have this pin on, so you must hate America." He's saying you have, like, the entire dress up. You're essentially dressed up as Donald Trump for Halloween, so you must hate America. What? It's something to point out.
You made my point for me. Thank you so much.
But I said that you're dressed like Donald Trump.
Can you at least shake my hand? Can you at least shake my hand?
That I said that you're dressed like Donald Trump.
Oh my God, civility is done.
You came dressed like another. What are you talking about?
You have a problem with me, with the way I'm dressed. I'm wearing the American flag. I'm wearing American colors, red, white, and blue.
Because
you just said you have a problem. You made my point for me, bro.
I said that?
Yeah, you did.
What I said was that you're trying to say that because of I support Barack Obama, that has to mean that I support everything that he did. You support Donald Trump.
You're splitting hairs, bro.
You literally, this is your argument.
You're turn. Look,
you literally support a man that had more drone strikes.
I specifically called out drone strikes. You think that means that I support any president doing it?
Donald Trump had, and you literally.
You think you're literally having to put words into my mouth so you can exonerate yourself of a point that I made because you can't respond to it.
Your own argument.
No, you called Barack Obama the greatest president that ever was, and I said,
did I say that?
Do you endorse his drone strikes? Yes, you did.
I said he was a great president.
So you think killing civilians makes somebody a great president?
So do you think Donald Trump was a great president?
I think he's doing a pretty good job compared to other people.
So you think a pretty good president is someone who had more drone strikes than Barack Obama?
I don't endorse drone strikes. No, I don't.
So it's almost like that's a wash then.
We're stuck in the same point. We're going around. I feel like we're going around in circles. Let's just take it back for a second.
Because it didn't work out for you. That's kind of how that went.
Yeah, you can frame it however you want, but that's not actually what
I don't think libs of TikTok are going to like this one.
I think the people at home can see a lot better that you hate America and that you've really proved my point for me. You literally said that you have a problem with me wearing this suit.
You're dressed
where
like
I have
Trump.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, we're going back in circles. I'm trying to move the conversation forward. It's got nothing to do. I could argue about this for.
What conversation, first off? Because the conversation is such a subjective fucking thing to say that you're the. This man's confused. This man, hold shit, give me a fucking headache. You made a claim that had no basis in facts. It was just, you don't like thing. And then you make other claims within that thing that basically don't seem to correlate. You take the man's words and twist them in a way to be like, see, see, see. And then when he reverses it on you, you say, nah, wait, nah, context, man. Nah, wait, man. What, you're being petty, man? Nah, wait, man. Uh, that's not exactly what I'm saying, man. Like, what are we fucking doing?
My whole life, but I think the good people at home would rather see something different.
Yeah, I'd pivot too if I were you. It's not working out well for you.
Okay. You can say whatever you want to save your ego. Here's the thing, okay? Prove to me that you don't hate America. I gave you a bunch of data. Show one piece of policy from Democrats that's been good for the working class.
You asked me to prove whether or not I love America. I love America.
No. That's not what I asked you. That is not what I asked you.
You wanted me to prove
I asked for one piece of policy.
My grandparents worked their entire lives.
Look, the Democrat Party.
I love
the Democrat Party is one of the most dishonest, self-serving parties in the history of this country. Well, it's been like this forever. Okay, Ilhan Omar got into office. Okay, so defend Ilhan Omar. She got in.
Fucking hell. Omar's financial disclosures from August 13th, 2020 show that she had a negative net worth due to student loans, which would put negative 45,000 in that range. Or would put 45,000 in that range. Oh, okay. The way that's worded was a little weird. Open Secrets listed the same figure for the prior year.
Office with negative net worth of $45,000. She's worth $60 million now.
I'm not here to talk about
AOC.
Omar's 2024 annual disclosure statement filed on May 14, 2025 list assets range where the high end is north of 30 million, largely from Washington D.C. venture capital firm and a California winery. Both of those assets come from her husband, Tim Minette, a political consultant whom Omar married in 2020. So her assets went up outside of something that was related to politics. And that means she's self-serving. Don't y'all want people to like have their own businesses too and shit? Like, what the
Just went on a Stop the Oligarchy tour.
Wait a second.
Spent $50,000 on luxury hotels and Bad Bunny concerts. How is that loving America?
Wait a second. I just want to make sure.
AOC joined U.S. Senate Bernie Sanders on a multi-stop fighting, I don't even know what that fucking word is, tour that lists events across the country. It doesn't list any events in Puerto Rico. Okay, yeah, that whole Bad Bunny thing, I don't know what the fuck that's about.
That something's clear.
No, just explain that to me. No, now you're trying to pivot.
Now you're trying to pivot. I just want to make sure this is right.
Hold on. A December 11 Fox News story described nearly $50,000 in expenses from the Congresswoman trips to Puerto Rico between June and September 2025. Snopes collaborated the amount through campaign finance reports, though there's no evidence of any campaign funds were tied to a Bad Bunny concert, despite the Fox News headline. Yeah.
You're trying to say that someone increasing their net worth
in Congress,
in government per se, is indicative of someone who doesn't care about America, right?
The representative posted a video of herself singing along to Bad Bunny at one of his concerts. Okay.
I think enriching yourself on the backs of Americans when you're there to serve is inherently dishonest, corrupt, and it is anti-American.
You think so?
Yeah.
How much has Donald Trump's net worth increased since he's been the president?
I know that he spent, for a fact, over $600 million in wrongful lawsuits that were brought by Letitia James and all of these crazy Democrats in the judicial.
How much?
How much what?
How much has his net worth increased since he's been president in 2025?
Well, you tell me.
$3.3 billion.
Forbes estimated the president's net worth at $3.9 billion in 2024. By September 2025, they estimated it's increased to $7.3 billion, a $3.4 billion increase. The fortune is largely tied to cryptocurrency, a highly volatile asset that is constantly changing. I think I remember this clip too. This man really out here saying that they're making money when they're supposed to be in government and doing this and the third. Trump does it. Well, he did have to spend that money on like lawsuits and shit. Okay, but his net worth still increased. It doesn't matter. His net worth increased. He could have spent it on everything under the sun. He could have spent it on giving everybody a check in the mail for $5,000, and his net worth still went up. That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what your money is spent on if your net worth is still higher.
Dollars.
He also had to spend.
He's made
He also had to spend $600 million.
billion
He also had to spend $600 million
off the presidency.
on these lawsuits that you guys, these frivolous lawsuits that you guys are bringing up.
Has made more money off the
He's been an
presidency
independent businessman his
Donald
entire
Trump.
life. He
He's
still
made more.
owns golf courses. His
No
son
one has
Eric
made more than
his
him.
son Eric still runs the golf courses.
So if your own logic is that making money in public office is indicative of someone who hates America,
it's
I
a
would
little
say the guy
different.
who's made more than anybody else in the history of America
this
probably hates America,
This is
right?
an absolutely false equivalence.
That's
because
not how that works, did it?
This is an absolutely false
That
equivalence.
didn't work out well for you.
This is a false equivalence.
And your campaign is going to be struggling after
Oh,
today.
yeah, I'm sure I'm going to be fine, okay? Do you have a problem with Congress people enriching themselves off of insider trading?
I believe that we should ban insider trading 100%, and I support John Ossoff's
So
Stop
are
That.
you going to
But
call
by the way,
out-
but by the way,
are you going to
but by
call
the way,
out the people in your party?
Here's the situation. You just made an argument that making money in public office is something that is inherently indicative of someone who hates America. You're literally cheerleading and dressing like the man who's made more money off the presidency than anybody else in history, and you don't want to call that out. Partially because he went and
That's
created
not
a
because
crypto
what you're
coin.
saying- what you're
Partially
saying is
because he
even
created
true to
partially
begin with.
because he created a crypto coin that he literally used taxpayer dollars to go meet with people as a result of those things, the crypto coin that he created.
What you're saying.
You don't want to talk
isn't
about
even
that, do
true
you?
To begin with,
The
Because
crypto
what-
coin?
These are all, bro.
Do we know
he
who
was a
invested in his
businessman?
crypto coin?
He was a businessman to begin with.
Let me ask you this. Do we know who's investing in Trump's crypto coin?
Lay it on me.
Do we know?
Well, lay it on
Do we
me.
know for sure?
Why are you bringing this up if you don't know?
Because the point is that he is literally making money, billions of dollars, off of a crypto coin that he literally is pushing that we have no transparency on whatsoever. If that's not shady, I don't know what is. You have him literally spending our taxpayer dollars to go meet with his crypto donors. And that doesn't sound like something that's inherently corrupt to you.
who are the investors? What's the who
And
created the meme coin?
literally
Give
one
me
of
all
the
the
people,
information around
and
it.
here's what's funny about it. Literally one of the people that he's literally went and has done favors for in office are investors to his meme coin. It's so laughable to me that you guys can't even say.
Name
how
them.
about
Why
this?
don't you name them
How-
specifically?
how about
name
this?
one person.
How about I don't know his name directly.
Exactly. Boom.
I don't know.
Thank you. You don't know what the hell you're talking about, dude. You're just making shit up.
Even if everyone in the world didn't know who was the person helping him donate, is the fact that he doesn't tell you directly who the fuck is donating and who the fuck is investing. That's the problem.
Because I can't give you the name. You didn't even know.
I want the name to see if they're Republican or Democrat.
Yeah,
You didn't
I'm
even know
not
that Trump
sitting here
increased
and
drone
say-
strikes. What are you talking about?
I'm not
You literally have
sitting here-
done this entire time.
I'm not sitting here and talking about stuff that I don't know. You sit here, you cite all this stuff. You can't have a piece of data to back anything up. Thank God you're not in Congress, dude.
You won't be either. So
Oh, yeah?
congratulations. I guess we'll both be sitting right there together.
You better
right?
not bet against me, bro.
Okay.
You better not
Who
bet
are you
against
running
me.
against?
Who do you think I'm running against?
I don't know. Who are you running against?
Guess.
Who?
I'm taking Adam Schiff's old seat.
Ha!
Yeah.
Good luck with that. You know what? The last time I checked, Proposition 50 just passed, and Gavin Newsom just drew all of
Oh,
the
so he
Republicans straight out of
supports
office.
authoritarian gerrymandering, folks.
You know what?
He
Because-
supports it.
and
Wow.
Here's
There
why.
you go.
Here's why.
Hates America.
Here's why. Here's why. Here's what it is. It was
You
the
hate
Republicans.
democracy.
Here's why.
You hate our
You
constitutional
don't want to let me
republic.
answer.
That's why you want to
Here's
redraw the
what it
map
is.
so it benefits you.
Here's what it is. The Republicans in Texas redrew the state of Texas to take 5 seats. And
And
you
why did that
thought-
happen again?
And you thought,
Do you know-
and
do
you
you know
thought
about
that
Joe
Democrats
Biden?
were going to
Do
just
you-
sit around and do
yeah.
nothing. So what happened?
Hey.
We drew the Republicans straight out of office.
How about
and it's
how
gonna
about
happen.
you just look at what happened?
And,
You're
and
from
by the way,
Texas. In
and
fact,
by the way,
you're
by
from
the way,
Texas.
let me
Hey,
ask you this.
No.
Will
Let me ask you this.
Will you support
Because
Kevin?
you
wait a
got an
second.
absolutely false
Will
point
you
right now.
support
We're
Kevin
just gonna
Kiley?
talk over each
Will
other.
you support
This
Kevin
is
Kiley?
great.
Will you support Kevin Kiley's bill to ban partisan gerrymandering all across this country?
Before we get to that,
Will
of
you
course-
support
of course
Kevin
I'll-
Kiley's bill?
Yes, I will support it.
Then why did
But-
the Republicans in Congress don't? Why don't they?
Well,
support
let
it?
me ask you a simple question. You're from
Why did
Texas.
they not vote for the
Let me
For the
ask you a
People
simple
Act?
question.
Why did they not?
Let
vote
me
for the
ask
For
you a
the
simple
People Act
question.
to ban partisan gerrymandering?
Are you going to
back
let me
in
ask you the
2020?
question or are you going to filibuster?
What do you
Let me
want?
ask you a simple question. Okay? So, do you know about Joe Biden versus Galveston, Texas?
No.
You don't know about that lawsuit?
No.
The lawsuit that triggered the gerrymandering in Texas, that was brought on by Joe Biden. The gerrymandering, so Galveston, Texas tried to redraw the districts. They tried to draw minority coalition districts.
For what?
They were sued.
For what? Congressional seats or what?
They were redrawing those districts back when Joe Biden was president. Joe Biden, they were redrawing districts in Galveston, Texas.
What district?
I don't know specifically. This
now
is
you
this,
don't know.
Bro,
You're talking about a lawsuit you don't know.
This is your state. You should know. You don't even know what I'm trying to explain to you, and you're trying to nitpick details. I'm explaining to you the decision and how we got to this point.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
You just said you don't know.
I tricked you. How about that?
Oh, great. Wow, so you're a liar. That's great. Wow, truly. The kind of politician we don't need in Washington.
Pause, we're out of time. We're out of time, thank you.
I'd rather take Isaiah, bro.
Appreciate it.
Now it gets all calm. Hey, man, good debate. What debate, nigga?
I think that he was definitely looking for a clip, but it didn't work out for him. The idea that Democrats hate America is one of the stupidest things I've ever heard. And I think that ultimately what people saw was somebody that does not have any consistency in their argument, folks that are more concerned with being on the next libs of TikTok meme versus the people in this country that are paying more for everything. And I think that was abundantly clear.
It's really unfortunate that he turned his passion for politics and for civic involvement into something that I would just call poisonous.
I thought it was good. I thought he was entertaining. He had a good sense of humor about it. I don't think he addressed some of the points that, we were trying to hit, but some of us didn't address some of his points, so that just kind of goes with the territory.
He was very rehearsed.
Hey, you know what? Kudos to that man. Even though he was on the lower end, like he was like more in the middle of like if I liked him or not. He's like more in the middle. Even if that was the case, hey, at least he addressed that both sides didn't meet some other points, even though he was kind of wrong.
I feel like he would make a great politician, very like, y'all got the facial expressions.
What grade would you give Trump right now in his first year and second term?
Oh, Lord. This is going to be published. I would give him a C+, B minus, C+.
C is a little high, but I can understand why you say that.
I may be a little harsh with this, but I'd say like a C+, maybe a low B, a B minus.
I would give Trump a C right now.
I graded that an A. The main reason why I voted.
I was wondering who was going to be the one that says, I give him a super high score. And of course, it's this motherfucker. Top 3 worst people that came up on this video, by the way.
The reason I think it's such a big success was the One Big Beautiful Bill.
I wish he would do more to bring people across the aisle.
I think we should put Americans first, right? I don't like giving $40 billion to
Here's this nigga, bro.
Argentina. I think that that's money going abroad that could be here helping our people.
Anti-war was such a strong reason for me to support him, and then I feel like he's been influenced with some neocons to, get involved in more conflicts abroad than we should be.
So that was that. Kind of a holy shit in terms of what the fuck happened, because the crazy part is like behind closed doors, no one's around and shit. Oh yeah, C+, man, pretty low score. So y'all put him in such a fucking pedestal and then say he's doing only a little bit over average. Like, I feel like a lot of those true feelings would have been like more C minus, if not D. But they're like, I gotta give him some credit, I guess. But anyway, that was the end of that video. Thank you for people who came, thank you for people who didn't. All these I'll probably upload like one for each day type shit. And I've got more videos to record. So I'll catch y'all when I catch y'all.